Welcome to Chapter 1. My name is Heath, and today we're going to be looking at a 6-star and 7-star Executor mirror attacks. We're going to break it down. This is something I've struggled with in the past for myself, and I've talked to other people that have issue with it as well. But we're going to break it down. We're going to break the ships down, and then we're going to do some attacks and see if we can successfully do an Executor mirror counter. So here are the ships that are actually involved in the Executor mirror counter. We have our Slave 1, our Houndstooth, our Razor Crest. We have the Ebon Hawk, which is not a bounty hunter ship. We have the Xanadu Blood, and we have the IG 2000, plus our Executor as well. We're going to look at all these ships. We're going to break them down. If you're familiar with these ships, you can go ahead and skip them to the next part. I'll leave timestamps down below. But if you are new to the Executor, we're going to take a look at these ships. That way you'll get a good idea of how they work and how they function in the mirror counter. So 99% of the time, our starting lineup will be the Houndstooth, the Razor Crest, and the Xanadu Blood. And then we're going to have a call-in. Our first call-in is either going to be the Slave 1 or the Ebon Hawk. Generally speaking, the IG 2000 is going to be the last ship that we call in, but there are some instances where we may need to call it in. But again, for the majority of the time, Slave 1 or Ebon Hawk is going to be our call-in ship. I know personally a lot of people don't have the Ebon Hawk unlocked. I know on my 7-star Executor account, I do not have the Ebon Hawk, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to do an Executor mirror counter. But whenever you have the Ebon Hawk in your lineup, it makes things so much easier. And if you haven't done so already, I would really suggest farming this ship up, getting it upgraded. That way you'll be able to have a really good chance at using your Executor mirror. One other thing also to take into account is that the Ebon Hawk is actually going to be a requirement for the Leviathan. So again, having the Ebon Hawk will help you in future endeavors if you plan on farming the Leviathan also. One of the first things we're going to take a look at when it comes to doing a successful Executor mirror counter is looking at ship speed and how ship speed is determined. We can't actually mod ships, but what we can do is mod the pilots correctly for each of these ships. We're not going to go over every facet and detail of every single ship, but what we are going to discuss is how ship speed is determined. And right now let's click on stats. Let's scroll down here and take a look at our ship speed for our Slave 1. Our Slave 1 speed is currently at 167, and how that is determined is by the pilot. In this case, it is Boba Fett. So let's pop over here on Boba Fett. We're gonna take a look at his mods and to see how it determines how fast this ship is. So right here, as you can see, we have 4 6-star mods on Boba Fett. If we were to increase the bottom 2 mods as well, that is what would actually increase the ship speed. By increasing all of his mods to 6-star mods, that will actually increase the speed on the Slave 1. Keep that in the back of your mind when you're doing other ships, that by having the pilots at 6-star mods, that will help increase their speed on those ships. So now that we've looked at how ship speed works, let's take a look at each of our ships and what their speed currently is, and then we'll look at some of the mods for the pilots as well. Our next ship that we're going to be looking at in this lineup is the Houndstooth. It is piloted by Bosk, and let's take a look at Bosk and his mods. So as you can see right here, I have all 6-star mods on Bosk. This is going to give the Houndstooth its maximum possible speed. Speed on these mods does not make a difference. There's nothing that you can actually do inherently to change the speed of the ship by modifying mods. Just the fact that you have 6-star mods on the pilot is actually what determines the ship speed. All right, so now let's take a look at actual speed on the Houndstooth with his 6-star mods. As you can see right here, his ship speed is at 148. I'm going to go back. I'm going to take some mods off of Bosk just to give you an idea of how that actually affects ship speed. Okay, so here we are on my mod page. We're gonna swap out one mod just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So let's just swap mod for mod. So we've got a 5-star mod that we're going to swap in for a 6-star mod. Let's change that. Confirm. Let's go back to our Houndstooth. And as you can see right here, it actually lowered our speed down on our ship by 1. We're going to go back and just show you the exact same thing again. So right now it's currently at 147. So now that we're back on here, we're going to swap that mod back in, confirm, go back to stats. And right there. So for each 6-star mod, that is going to increase our speed by 1. It went from 147 to 148 when we swapped in a 5-star mod. it swapped it down to 147. So adjusting our mods on each of our characters is actually what determines the speed of our ship. Next, we have our Razor's Crest. Razor Crest is another one of the starting lineup ships that we're going to be using in the Executor Mirror. So as you can see, I have my BAM, or my Biscar Mandal, up to Relic 4. Current ship speed for it is at 180. So it is faster than the Houndstooth. So here we are looking at the Xanadu Blood. Now, ideally, you want your Xanadu Blood to be at least one speed faster than your Razor Crest. However, the mods that I currently have on a Cad Bane are not very good. I do not have him modded with 6-star mods. He only has 5-star mods on him. So that is not going to get the Xanadu speed up above the Razor Crest. So as you can see right here, we have our Xanadu Blood speed. It is at 178. If you remember, the Razor Crest speed was at 180. And so the Razor Crest is actually going to go before the Xanadu Blood. Then we have our IG 2000. This ideally would be the last ship we use as a call-in. I currently do not have IG modded very well at all. He does have 5-star mods on him. But one key thing to take into account whenever you're deciding whether or not to call in the IG 2000 ship is that if you have breach up on everybody, he will automatically do a double tap or attack twice on any breach ship that you attack. Whenever you're calling in IG 2000, he's going to actually inflict target lock on the highest and lowest health enemy for 2 turns, and it cannot be evaded. However, one thing to take into consideration is when you're calling in IG 2000, has your opponent called in the Ebon Hawk, and the Ebon Hawk will determine whether or not it's going to be actually useful to call in IG or not. So here we have our Ebon Hawk, and the primary purpose of the Ebon Hawk is its calling ability. Let's take a look at that and discuss why the Ebon Hawk's calling ability is super important to a successful mirror counter for the Executor. So right off the bat, when you call in the Ebon Hawk, it automatically dispels target lock from all allies and grants them chaff. Chaff is a key here because it applies it for 2 turns. It prevents the enemy Executor from applying target lock on any of your ships for those 2 turns, which in turn will prevent it from getting its ultimate ability sooner and taking out your own Executor and giving you extra time to be able to get your ultimate ability done and take care of their Executor and taking down the enemy fleet. All right, so now that we've actually looked at the fleet that's going to be involved in using our Executor, let's go over here to the fleet arena. Let's do a couple of attacks and see if we can get some wins against some mirror Executors. So here we are inside of the fleet arena, and as you can see right here, we're facing a 6-star or 7-star Executor. We're actually going to attack the 6-star Executor. Since it is a mirror attack, we're going to take a look at Piet to see what his relic level is, because that term determines his capital ship speed. Also, his mods as well will determine the capital ship speed. So let's take a look at Piet and take a look at this Executor. So here we are inside of the Executor page. As you can see, Piet is relic 8. That's just the base level that you need to be able to unlock the Executor anyway. But actually, let's take a look at Piet's mods. That way we can see how fast his ship is. So this Piet is only got 5-dot mods inside of him, so his ship is going to be actually slower than mine, because I currently have 6-dot mods on my Piet. So let's take a look at this Executor's stats just to see how fast it actually is. So here we are inside of the stat page. Let's scroll down, see what the speed on it is. The speed on this Executor currently is at 182. We'll pop over to my Executor just to see how fast it is. So here we are on my fleet squad right here. Let's check out my Executor, see how fast it is. So as you can see right here, my Executor is actually 184. So it is a little bit faster than the current opponent. So let's do some attack. This is going to be working to our advantage in the long run because our Executor is faster. All right, so here we have our starting lineup. As always, we're going to be using our Houndstooth, our Razor Crest, our Xanadu Blood, Slave 1, IG, and the Ebon Hawk as call-ins as well. So let's jump in this battle. Let's see if we can get a win over this mirror Executor matchup. So here we are inside of the battle. As you can see right here, because my Executor was faster, I will get to go first. But what we're going to do right off the bat, since I am faster, we are going to drop heal on our Razor Crest. That way they cannot attack us. They've got target lock on there, of course. That puts foresight up, but now it is our chance to focus on their Razor Crest. So we're going to be popping right here. We've got breach on the Razor Crest. They're automatically going to go for our boss. They're going to target him, and they are going to put marked up on our boss, and which is what we want. So now we're going to be focusing on the Razor Crest, getting it down, So we're going to use our ability from Razor Crest. We are going to call in our Xanadu Blood right here. We have Taunt Up. That is on Bosk as well. So right now we're just going to do basic. Get our basic, get target locks up, which is what we want to do. We want to apply as many target locks as possible. That way we can go ahead and get our breach and get our contract triggered. So right now, since we don't have anything to worry about, we have no target locks on us. We are going to call in our slave one. We're going to call in Boba Fett. That's going to bring him in. He's going to do ability block right off the bat. We're going to use his middle ability, throw up ability block on everybody. And now we've got target lock on the Razor Crest. And we've got target lock on our boss ship as well on the Houndstooth. So we're going to call in. So again, we are going to go after the Razor Crest. That is our primary goal. Getting that Razor Crest down. That way it can not do any assist. So again, now this is what we wanted. We've got marked up on the Razor Crest. That is going to allow us to use our secondary ability from the Xanadu Blood. Again, we're going to call in our Razor Crest. Throwing up there, we got rid of his Razor Crest. Now we can pretty much walk through this, hopefully. We are going to focus on this slave one ship right here, Boba Fett. So target it. Cannot get target lock on him because he has chaff. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to focus on Bosk, and we're going to use in all of our abilities. So there we go. So now we have triggered our contract. We've got a contract upon all of our bounty hunter ships, and we should pretty much be able to walk away. Let's focus on getting the slave one down. We're going to keep focusing on it, getting slave one down. Then we're going to go through and work on all those ships. So let's go back. Let's do Xanadu Blood. Call him in. We are going to work on the slave one again. We got to go back to Xanadu. Bosk has Taunt Up. So again, throwing down these target locks, decreasing our cooldown for our ultimate ability. A little bit of AoE damage from Boba Fett. And we have pretty much walked away with this right here. Keep our call in. We're going to take down. Let's do call in. Let's call in the Ebon Hawk. That way we can prevent any extra target locks being putting on us. Again, we're going to go use his ability right there. We're going to go with our Xanadu Blood. We're going to call in Razor Crest. Keep our call in, keep using our abilities to take down this other executor. All right, as you can see right here, we have reached our ultimate ability because we have continuously applied target lock on these ships. So let's use our ultimate ability, get rid of this executor. There goes the executor down. We're going to use Boba Fett's middle ability block on everybody. Got rid of their Xanadu Blood, and we can pretty much run on auto at this point. We've got Boss Houndtooth down. IG's going to go down. And this right here is an easy counter, easy mirror for using our executor. We're going to swap over to my other account that has a 7-star executor on it. One thing about it, it does not have the Ebon Hawk as a ship. So we're going to have a little bit tougher time when it comes to facing mirror matchups with executors. So here we are on my other account. As you see right here, I've got Slave 1 Boba Fett is at Relic 8. We've got Houndstooth, Bosk is at Relic 7. We've got Razor Crest. We've got Bambi's at Relic 7. We have Cad Bane at Relic 7 as well inside of our Xanadu Blood. And then we have IG 2000 at Relic 5. Again, IG is not really a big part of this group. However, he is necessary at some points. But anyway, let's jump in here. I do not have the Ebon Hawk for this one. So we're going to be having a little bit tougher time probably facing other 7-star executors. But my Piat is Relic 8. He does have all 6-dot mods. My Slave 1, Boba Fett, Bosk, Bam, and our Cad Bane all have 6-dot mods on them. So they are fast as they can possibly be for their relic level. One thing to take consideration also is that increasing relic levels on the pilots of the ships will make the ships faster as well. So keep that in the back of your mind whenever you're facing higher level executors inside of attacks. So here we are inside of the fleet arena, and as you see right here, I'm ranked 12th currently in the lineup. The only executor we have currently available to us is a 7-star executor that has 639,000 power. I'm pretty sure this executor probably is a little bit better off than me. So let's check out their ship. And right here we can see that their pilot Piat is Relic 9. So if I were to attack this executor, they would automatically go first. But let's give it a go, see what goes down, and see if we can take down this Relic 9 Piat and executor. Before we actually attack him, let's actually take a look at the pilots for these ships and see what the relic levels are for the Houndstooth, for the Razor Crest, and for Xanadu Blood. So as you can see, Bosk is Relic 9 right here inside the Houndstooth. I'm pretty sure all of them are pretty high level. We've got a Relic 8 Razor Crest. We've got a Xanadu Blood with a Relic 7 Cad Bane. So let's go in here. Let's attack this relic 9 Piet and see if we can get it down. As you can see, again, the same starting lineup. We're going to be using Houndstooth, Razor Crest, Xanadu Blood. We're going to be having our call-ins as the Slave 1, as IG. I do have a few different ships as well. I have the TIE Advance, which is Vader's ship. And then I have Plo Koon ship. The reason I have Plo Koon as a call-in is because of his ability. It dispels all debuffs on ships whenever he enters battle, since I do not have the Ebon Hawk to apply chaff to our ship. Okay, so here we go. We're going to face this Relic 9 Piet and his Executor. Of course, we know that he is going to go first, which is going to change up our attack strategy when it comes to attacking them because of the simple fact that they go prior to us. So let's jump into this battle, see if we can take down this Relic 9 Piet. It's probably going to be extremely difficult considering the fact that I do not have Ebon Hawk to apply chaff to us, but we might get lucky and we might be able to take down this Executor. So here we go inside the battle, and as you can see right here, right off the bat, they're going to be starting and they're going to go first. They're going to focus on our boss. They're applying target lock. We are going to use our boss and Houndstooth, so we're going to go after their main boss as well. We're going to get taunt, clear off all the debuffs off of us. In this instance right here, it actually worked to our advantage because they did not go after our Razor Crest at the start. Sometimes if they start, they will automatically target our Razor Crest. If they are able to apply breach and also be able to apply marked on our Razor Crest, it is an almost guaranteed loss. Because they went after our Houndstooth first, we are now able to target their Razor Crest with our ability right here. So let's go in here. We're going to focus on this Razor Crest. And as you can see, we've got marked up on the Razor Crest. There is some RNG to this as well. So that does play a big factor in a lot of these attacks. But now we can actually use our secondary ability. We're going to use Xanadu Blood. We're going to focus on that Razor Crest. We're going to try our best to get it down. Now we've actually triggered our contract, and we're just going to keep focusing on the Razor Crest right here. Let's call in boss, clear off this breach of us. And right here, we have successfully gotten their Razor Crest down at the start. Now their Xanadu Blood is out of stealth, so we can focus on their Xanadu Blood. We're going to get rid of it. Now they got taunt back up on the Houndstooth. We've got breach, we've got mark. Let's call in now. Here is the case where we decide what our calling is going to be. And right here, we're going to call in Slave 1 because we've got target locked up on everybody. All right, so there we go. Let's call in Slave 1. He's going to apply ability block. So here we are. We're going to go after our Xanadu Blood. And just a moment, right now we got taunt up on boss. So let's use some ability block right now. We got rid of the Xanadu Blood with the ability from Slave 1. Now we're going to focus right here. Now we've got chaff is up on the Slave 1, so we cannot apply target lock. So let's just do a basic on Boba Fett. There we go, just a basic right there. He's going to counter. Again, we're going to counter as well. Let's focus back again. We want to keep target lock up as much as possible. That way we can trigger our ultimate ability, hopefully, before they are able to. All right, so we're going to use a Razor Crest calling ability. We're going to get the Xanadu Blood. Focus on boss ship, the Houndstooth. We apply target lock. Still, we cannot apply target lock to Boba Fett because there is chaff up. Now we're going to call in the Razor Crest again, assist, and now we have triggered breach, and we've triggered it, and we've triggered our ultimate ability, and now we're able to take down this ship. Let's use our ultimate ability on our Executor. Got rid of the ship, so now we can pretty much run this on auto. Let's just hit the auto button and let our ship do the work. Again, the big thing we're going to be just going to determine whether or not we're able to take down a mirror Executor is the fact that we keep target lock off of us, apply target lock as much as possible to any ships, taking into account that when they have tenacity up, that a lot of times we will miss putting target lock up, getting breaches across the board, being able to get their Razor Crest down first, and as you can see, taking down this Executor just simply by following a few little steps, keeping our target lock cleared up of us, putting target lock on them, learning when we are to apply target lock to ships. Don't apply target lock or attempt to apply target lock to enemies that have chaff on them. And that will help us in our successful attacks as a mirror counter to the Executor. There is some RNG to it. There is no denying that. But again, the main thing that you want to ensure is that you're applying target lock across the board to as many ships as possible, dispelling target lock from your own ships whenever you're able to, taking advantage of breach, taking advantage of mark, because the main goal you're going to be doing is making sure that you get marked up on their Razor Crest. That way you can focus that Razor Crest down. That way they can't call in other abilities. After you get that Razor Crest down, focusing on the Xanadu Blood, focusing on Bosk, knowing where to apply target locks. If they call in their Slave 1, you automatically know you cannot put target lock on Boba Fett's ship. So continually applying target lock to ships that may already have it may be necessary. So that way you can trigger that ultimate ability that much quicker. But anyway, this is my guide on how to successfully counter an Executor using a 6-star or 7-star Executor. We're going to be doing the profanity next on how to successfully counter a profanity with an Executor as well. Anyway, guys and gals, much love, peace out, and we'll see you in the next one.